Hey everyone, welcome back to another Sonic Screwdriver video. Today is an extra special day, of course, because we're celebrating the 61st anniversary of our favourite show, Doctor Who. So, happy Doctor Who Day, guys. In this one, we're going to be taking a look at this Little Shop Props Grey Aztec Series 1 to 2 filming prop replica. We will also be comparing it with the Series 3 versions, which we took a look at back in March. So seeing all three of them alongside each other will give us a good look at how the Grey Aztec Sonic Screwdriver prop evolved throughout its time on the show. The Grey Aztec, of course, is a bit of a special one because not only was it used by Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor, but it was also used by David Tennant's 10th Doctor. So the tin itself comes safely packaged in a cardboard box, which we don't need to look at, of course. As well as the tin, we get this A4 document and this very sleek looking Little Shop Props business card. The document is your basic care instructions, tells us about battery installation and maintenance, basically how to keep the Sonic Screwdriver in tip-top condition. The tin itself is the usual style of tin that we have come to expect from Little Shop Props. It is durable, sturdy, and perfectly designed to keep the Sonic Screwdriver safe inside. So I've already taken everything out of the tin already, just to save us a bit of time. So the first thing you will be greeted with when you open the tin is the booklet with the absolutely stunning artwork on the front here, showcasing the Grey Aztec in all its glory. So we've got Grey Aztec 2005 to 2006, Eccleston and Tennant, Series 1 and 2, with the Little Shop Props logo in the bottom right corner here. On the back, we have a diagram of the Sonic Screwdriver, as well as the credits of the talented team who made this amazing replica. So thank you very much, guys. When you open the booklet, inside it delves deep into the history of the original prop on the left side here, and on the right side we have some information about these replicas. So packed full of fascinating information and definitely worth a read, but I'm not going to read it here because it'll take up a bit too much time, so feel free to pause the video if you'd like a closer look. Next, we will bring out the Sonic Screwdriver on its display stand. Here it is here, looking absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So we'll take a closer look at the stand real quick. Not too much to say because it is the same style of stand that we get with all of the other 9th and 10th Doctors Sonic Screwdrivers from Little Shop Prop. So that's really good. This time we've got a reddy brown colour. With Series 3 we got a green colour, of course, but this red really suits the booklet as well. So, as you can see, it is the 9th and 10th Doctor's TARDIS floor, which is a very cool little detail. We've got the Little Shop Props badge at the front. Underneath, we've got this sticker with the edition number. So this is Grey Aztec number 12. The Sonic Screwdriver sits in like this, and it's held very safe and securely. We also have a little bag with some arms for the stand inside. So these arms would attach into here, allowing you to display the Sonic Screwdriver laying flat. However, personally, I prefer to keep it displayed standing upright. So I'm just going to leave the little arms in the bag. But it's great to have the option, you know, depending on how you want to display the Sonic. It's great to have that option. So we'll take a look at the Sonic Screwdriver up close, have a good look at the Sonic in all of its finer detail. And isn't it absolutely gorgeous? This is my second time looking at it up close now, and it's still just as breathtaking as the first. The level of craftsmanship and detail that have gone into these, man, it just feels like it's come straight out of the TV into my hand. So the emitter head is absolutely spot on. Got those real nice prominent struts there, nice and sharp, with that window looking perfect, as well as the blue acrylic emitter dome with this deep dark blue, which is quite a glossy shiny finish, which looks really good under these lights here. It's just overall, it feels really nice in hand. It's not too heavy, but it's also not light, so I would say it's got a nice weight to it. The paint job is probably one of the most standout features of it. You can see we've got the original style of paint that was used on the original props. So it is the Colony Cream Crackle top coat with the brown base coat, and this is just like the original props used between 2004 and 2007. So it is beautifully done here with all the lovely fine little cracks, and yeah, each crackle pattern is unique, so no two are alike really. So sometimes it can crack with big cracks, and sometimes it's a lot finer, smaller cracks. And honestly, I'm a fan of this. I love it. All them little detailing in there makes it look very, very cool. And another thing I've just noticed is the lack of grub screws make it look a lot tidier as well. It looks a lot cleaner without any grub or side slotted screws on the body here. It looks very, very good, very sleek. So yeah, the ridges also feel absolutely spot on. I have seen a few other replicas of the Grey Aztec Sonic Screwdriver from other makers over the years, and none of them really seem to get the ridges right, but obviously little shop props have absolutely nailed it here. They look and feel absolutely fantastic, as the Ninth Doctor would say. Just one of the standout features there. It feels really good in hand. So we'll take a quick look at the light and sound effects, of course. So you can see it has a super bright blue LED inside there, which lights up everything really well, beaming out there, super bright, as well as that very crisp and loud sonic sound. So we've got a single tone sound effect, which we all remember, of course, from series excuse me, which we all remember, of course, from series 1 and 2. Really cool. We've got some speaker holes at the bottom here on the end cap, which is, I would say it's placed in a good place. Obviously, the original props, they only lit up, so there was no need for any speaker holes or anything like that on the original prop. So when looking for a place where to put the speaker holes, Little Shop Props has opted for the bottom, which is honestly one of the best places, because when it's on display, don't really see it. When you're holding it in hand, you don't really see it. But if you want to look at it up close and you're not really a fan of the speaker holes, well, that's okay, because Little Shop Props included a secondary end cap in with the arms from the stand, and this end cap is a solid piece end cap with no holes at the bottom. So this is exactly how the end cap would have looked on the prop, no holes. And both end caps are very smooth and sturdy. You can see actually there is a little bit of a difference between them, whereas the one with the speakers is a bit more rounded, so probably a bit less accurate, but you know, it doesn't matter because we've got the accurate end piece here. Obviously, if you put this one on the actual Sonic, there's no speaker holes, so yeah. But I think, you know, if you are going to pay for the sound, you're going to want to hear the sound at the end of the day. So it's great that we have the flexibility of being able to swap out the end caps. Just another little bonus there, I guess. Pop that one back in there for now, because of course we're going to be leaving the one with the speaker holes on it so we can hear that sound. Okay, so we will extend the sonic screwdriver now. Got to do it the old-fashioned way, of course, because there's no slider on the Aztec, so just got to gently pull up the emitter head there to reveal the acrylic rod containing the red and black wire twist, and the wires are twisted around each other very neatly there. It looks very good. The acrylic rod and ball joint also look spot on, and with the extension, of course, you can display it standing up and it's not going to drop back down. You don't have to worry about that. You could slide it down halfway if you wanted to and it still would stay in position. So yeah, really cool. Now I'll bring in the Series 3 versions now so we can talk about the differences and do a little comparison. So here's the standard Series 3 version. This one is representing how the prop looked at the beginning of Series 3, give or take, I guess. Maybe this is a sort of idealized version because the paint would have been a bit worn and wouldn't have looked as good as the paint on here, but we've got a few changes to go over that were made for Series 3, we'll talk about in a moment. We also have the weathered Grey Aztec. This one is to represent how the prop looked by the end of Series 3. So yes, three versions of the replica representing the same prop. So this is how it looked during Series 1, 2. This is how it looked at the beginning of Series 3. And this is how it looked at the end of Series 3. So I'll quickly mention the stands, of course. The stands are all exactly the same, apart from Series 3, they are green. And for Series 1 and 2, of course, we have the red and brown colour. Another noticeable difference, I'd say, is the Crackle paint. Obviously, straight away, you can see the Crackle patterns are completely different on these Sonic screwdrivers. And that's because, you know, no two Crackle paints are alike. It's like a fingerprint, you know, it's unique. Even though these replicas are all representing the same prop, the Crackle patterns will naturally differ. Obviously, if you look at the two Series 3 versions, we've got, I'd say, larger Crackle style on this one. You can see some larger cracks. And these two, even though the paint isn't identical, they look very similar to each other. Whereas if we bring in the Series 1 and 2 version, you can see all the finer little Crackle detail on here. It does look quite different from the Series 3 version. Now, here's the funny thing. The Grey Aztec prop, the original prop, was never actually repainted during its time on the show. So from how it looked here during Series 1 and 2 to its end, to its last use in Series 3, the Crackle paint was never repainted. So it just wore off over time, which is why on the Series 3 weathered version, we have paint wore off, marks on it, bits of bare metal showing through, because it just got worn out over its time during the 3 series of use. So yeah, obviously the Crackle paint should look the same because the prop was never repainted, but no two Crackle patterns are alike. So we've got a variety here, but I do like that. I like having the finer Crackle detail on one and the larger Crackle detailing on other, even though, like I say, they should be the same. So another noticeable difference, I guess, is when you extend the Sonic, which we'll just do a little bit, not the whole way. You can see the yellow wires in the Series 3 version in the acrylic rod section. So we've got two yellow wires that are twisted round each other, and that means the black and red wires was replaced. So after Series 2, the prop was given a slight refurb where they changed the acrylic rod and replaced the wires. We also see they added two side slotted screws into the body, so where we get that clean appearance on the Series 1 to 2 version, we have two screws sticking out of the body on the Series 3 version. That was probably due to, you know, them being able to access the Sonic Screwdriver a bit more easier during maintenance and things, so they could change the battery easier, I guess, instead of gluing it shut or however they would do it. So that is one difference there. Another difference is the pommel, the end sections here. You can see the metal piece just below the Crackle body here is a bit longer on the Series 1 to 2 version, and that's because just before Series 3 they shortened it. Not sure why, but that is one of the differences there. So we also have the weathered version here, which has all of the same upgrades. So obviously we've still got the slotted screws, we've still got the yellow wires instead of the red and black, and the shortened pommel section here. But obviously this is represented how it looked at the end of Series 3, where the paint was all chipped and coming off. So we've got all these paint marks missing. The Aztec button frame, which you can see is still here at the beginning of Series 3, that completely came off halfway through Series 3, I think during the Lazarus experiment. It went missing and it never came back. So that is a few of the differences there. Another thing I'll mention is during Series 1 or 2, the Sonic Screwdriver suffered a little bit of damage where there was a little dint on two of the struts, a little dink, and that was present during Series 2 and Series 3, so it had a little damage on them. However, these replicas don't include the dint because Little Shop Props don't want to be sending out brand new screwdrivers damaged, of course, because it just doesn't really make sense. But it is something I've thought about maybe adding in the future, especially to this weathered version where we get a little two dints on two of these struts here. And also, by the end of Series 3, the Sonic Screwdriver no longer extended because the props department, for whatever reason, glued it shut. So it was about here, I think. So if you just twist the head so the teeth aren't in alignment anymore, and then there you go, put some hot glue on there, and that is how it looked for the rest of Series 3. No button frame, hot glue, paint missing, and you know, it's just got such a charm about it. I really like the look of it, but yeah, it was pretty battered by the end of Series 3. Now obviously I don't have hot glue on this one, but again, it is something I've thought about doing. I have thought about adding the two little dents and hot gluing it shut, so it would be, you know, completely accurate, I guess, or as accurate as I could get it. But you know, overall I'm really happy with these Sonic Screwdrivers. They are absolutely fantastic, all of them. You know, the features on them, brilliant, all have light and sound. We've got the Series 3 versions here, they actually have a different sound file, so this sound taken directly from Series 1 and 2, whereas this sound taken directly from Series 3. So yeah, it's really cool. Honestly, I am over the moon with these sonic screwdrivers. The fact that I've got them all here lined up together is just amazing. Seeing them all together is just fantastic. Little shop props have really outdone themselves with these replicas. Whether you prefer the clean and tidy look of the Series 1 to 2 version, or the little extra detailing on the Series 3 version, or the charm of the weathered Series 3 version. You know, there's just something special about each one, and all of them are still available to order currently from little shop props. I'm not sure how long they'll actually be available for, so if you want one, don't miss out. Make sure you go and check them out right now. And yeah, you know, I'm really pleased to have these in the collection. Lots of 9th and 10th Doctor sonic screwdrivers now, and very soon we will be doing a collection video where we look at them all together and do a little comparison. But for now, I thought we'd just take a look at the Grey Aztecs that I currently have in the collection, and what absolute beauties they are. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments which variant is your favorite, and of course, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Check out the other reviews on the Series 3 version if you want to hear more about these. And yeah, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Doctor Who day, whatever it is you get up to. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.